Free throw good, Green. And with Green, it just seems that as long as he's going to be in the league, he'll be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Greg has been that dominant on that end of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And one thing's for certain, you don't want to go at him when you need a bucket. Use it as a challenge, almost an insult, if a guy wants to attack him. And he just has a knack for making winning plays on the defensive side of the floor.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one. Harden sets the pick for Paul. Another miss by Houston.
He's got to be wondering, how did he miss that? I mean, he had all the space in the world.
And Thompson kicks to Green. It's stolen by Capella. Paul for 3. Cans it from downtown. Paul's got 5 points so far.
And Paul has a beautiful stroke from deep. A gifted shooter who drains perimeter shots with consistency.
Curry kicks to Thompson. There's a screen. Here's Durant, and another basket for Golden State.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Harden with it, picked up by Thompson. Harden kicks to Capella. He dishes it to Paul. 6 to shoot. Ariza, right side. Teardrop shot, and the layup is good. He has 7.
It's clear to me. Is it clear to you that Ariza feels at home in the post? I mean, just working his way inside and nailing these quality shots.
Curry kicks to Thompson. Dishes it to Pachulia. There's the feed to Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
Oh, look at that. Just a mere flick of the wrist. So calm and smooth, Steph Curry.
Harden against Thompson. Harden gets to Ariza. Pass to Paul. Paul missing again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Durant dishes to Curry. Back to Durant. Outside Curry. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Capella.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the dunk by Capella.
Just finding the open man. Few who have ever played this game have Paul's vision.
It was beautiful the first time, but Under Armour showing us the replay of that tremendous alley-oop again. Another unleash chaos moment. They kick it out to Green. Outside Curry. Over in the corner, Green. Drills the three-pointer. Green's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
Different look here for the Warriors. West is checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Kevin Durant. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. And Ba'amute comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Now Green, following Chris Paul's three-point attempt. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. Rebounded by Tucker. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
To the left wing, here's McCaw. The three-pointer, no good. Rockets trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Like a Jaguar looking for his next meal. Draymond pouncing on the attempted shot.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Houston's gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. Nene, the screen. Here's Tucker. Doesn't go that time. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Green passes to McCaw. Back to Green. Inside, here's Iguodala. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Rockets trail by 9. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Back to Tucker to stop the drought. Good on the three-point shot. Tucker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
McCaw kicks it to West. Over Nene. No good from West.
Look, you can't defend down low much better than that. Refuses to give him an easy path to the bucket.
Feeds it to Paul. Here's Tucker. Nene, the screen. Tucker with the ball, and it's Iguodala picking him up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And with the Warriors, their ability to score in bunches really is unmatched throughout the league. They'll be going along with the team, and then all of a sudden they have that 20-point lead in like 3 minutes. It can happen so fast that I think at times the other teams are shell-shocked.
And the first one drops. And talking about the Warriors and their ability to build a lead very quickly, the shooting they have, Greg, is a very big part of how they can just bury a team.
It is. Their shooting, especially from deep, but also their defense. One kind of feeds the other in terms of how they can steamroll teams and create that momentum. And only the special teams can put a game away with a 5-minute run, but this is one that has consistently done it over the last 3 years.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks to Livingston. West outside. And taken away by Paul. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. The Warriors pull it in.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Well, sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
The Warriors shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And he can't hit the second. Gordon. Not going to go that time. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And And the basketball bloodlines of Klay Thompson. He tells us how his father and brother have become so involved with his success.
Dad always watches more film than me. And I watch film too, not saying I don't. But they're both fans, and they have a huge passion for the game. That's why they're still around it.
Yeah, you know, it's great to have that blend of support and competitiveness around you really your whole life.
Yeah, you can try to put a little some over on your coaches from time and again, even your teammates maybe, but family, they'll check you every time.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Oh, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Livingston is out there with McCaw. And it's Young. Then there's West. And it's Iguodala in at the 4 slot. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Guys, Kevin Durant is a unique player. LeBron James said he's a 7-footer with 6-foot ball handling skills, a jump shot, and athleticism. It's never been done in our league. Never had a guy that's 7 foot and can do all that, so it sets him apart. Kevin, I'm 6 feet tall, and I can broadcast.
You can, and you can write. And by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. DA, thank you. To the wing on the left. Here's McCall. Back to Iguodala. Stolen by Nene. Here's Tucker. Second chance shot. Nene kicks to Gordon. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. Gordon's got his first bucket in this one.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Oh, in just a few years, it's safe to say Steve Kerr is one of the most respected coaches in the NBA.
West kicks to Livingston. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Now, here's the name. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And for Kerr, rare is it to see someone jumping from the commentator booth into being one of the top coaches in the NBA.
Well, we all knew that Steve had a great mind for basketball, so it isn't surprising to see his success. It's just rare to see a coach have this much success so quickly. I mean, it seems like he's making coaching look easy.
Here's McCall, following the score by Houston. West, right side. Iguodala outside. There's the screen. Nene against West. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. Rockets have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Here's Paul. And the shot no good, a bit short. The Warriors trailing. It's Young on the wing, guarded by Tucker. Some solid D from Paul.
Yeah, good interior D there, prevents the deuce.
Oh, wonderful anticipation. He reads the play perfectly, then with the quick reaction time.
Now here's Gordon. West with the steal. Iguodala kicks to McCaw. Over Gordon. No good from McCaw. Houston's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Nene. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's West. It's blocked, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. Curry's checked in for McCaw. And then for Houston, Tariq Black comes in for Mbamute. And it's Harden in for Chris Paul. Here's Curry. He gets it in there. Curry's got it all tied up now for the Warriors.
Taking the hit, still making them pay. Steph with tremendous toughness.
Harden with it. Nene, the screen. Gordon for three. Again, the miss by Gordon.
The struggles this quarter continue. D's done a good job.
Curry against Harden. Pass to Livingston. In the corner, Iguodala with it. Picked by West. Iguodala dishes to West. Launches a three. Livingston, no luck.
Oh, man, you can't get much better look from three-point range than that one. That just wasn't in rhythm.
And he gets it to go. Gordon's got his second bucket tonight.
That light and quick release. Gordon catching and firing perfectly. You can't guard that.
Curry passes to West. Lays it up off the glass. West has got 4 points this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Black. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Clock at 6. Nene with the screen on Curry. Harden. The step back jumper is good.
And it's clear that Harden is a high IQ player. I mean, in pick and roll sets, you can see it. His decision maker is just extraordinary.
Livingston kicks it to West. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Chris, it's a players' league, and yet the officials, of course, have an impact on games. I'm thinking of a certain Game 6 back in 2002. In your opinion, how does the league ensure greater consistency with the officiating of games?
Well, I promised myself, Kevin, thanks for bringing up 2002, that I would never think about that aloud. You know, I'm going to have to go lay on somebody's couch after we do this game right here. But I think the league just has to be transparent. They have to let fans know when the ref has messed up. We're all human, so I think it comes into play when you aren't transparent, when you aren't honest with your fans, because we have the smartest fans of any sport, I believe. And so I think transparency is good, but human error is always going to be in there as long as it doesn't go back to the type of human error we saw in 2002.
But, Chris, I do sense that is a goal of theirs, and bit by bit they're getting toward that goal.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, I believe that our league has done some great jobs when it comes to advancing referees and how the game is officiated. When you look at, not only do we have the referee center back in New York, where the referees now can go and get help, and the game is faster. And also, you know, we have 3 refs on the floor, and so and we have the best conditioned refs. And so I think the game is just going to be better because we have passionate refs, we have passionate officials, and passionate players, and we're going to work together to make sure that this game is the best for every fan to be presented to, and also that every player has a chance to win a championship and don't have their heart broken.
It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Now here's Iguodala. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's Gordon penetrating. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Warriors trail by 3. Outside Curry. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, it appears as though he has lost his touch a little after connecting on 2 in the first quarter.
From deep, Harden. It's rebounded by Golden State. Iguodala's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Durant. And again, no good by Golden State. Houston leading by 3. A good look from Harden. Again, the miss by Harden. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. Durant for 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Then what is crazy is that it doesn't even look like it's hard for Durant out there. It's like he's bored with dismantling every defense he sees.
Harden kicks to Gordon. Anderson the screen. Gordon the pass to Harden. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Harden's got 9.
He played a very solid first quarter, and now he's taking it up a notch here in the second.
And Thompson kicks to Durant. The second chance effort, and he connects with the jumper. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I'm always amazed at how good Durant is at making these tough shots. I mean, that's a difficult shot. A guy in his jersey, and he buries it like it was nothing.
Yep, it counts. And the Rockets lead by 3.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And we'll examine here how the distribution has been between 3-pointers and 2-pointers tonight for the Warriors. Rockets leading by 3. Now here's Harden. He's got 9. Ariza outside. On the wing, Eric Gordon. It's rebounded by West. West has got his 5th rebound in this one.
And look, if he can start turning some of these misses into makes, their lead is going to take a big jump.
Durant against Anderson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Now look, we all know how great Durant is on offense, but in my opinion, he was one of the best two-way players in the league last year. Something that he's improved upon over his career. He took it to the next level last season.
The Warriors have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And look back a season ago, they did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Roof shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Chris, as you said, Durant playing fantastic defense that often gets forgotten. He was able to act as a rim protector for the Warriors with his ability to change shots, alter shots in that lane.
Well, Durant had a career high in blocks last season, and it was easy to see why. 1, because of the system. 2, because of the players you have around you. But it's not just the blocks. He played an all-around great defense last year.
Durant hits them both. And after Kevin Durant made his decision to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder, he instantly became one of the most polarizing players, it seemed, Greg, in the NBA.
Listen, Kevin Durant has always been a star in this league, but now he's become the story. It's something that he can handle but doesn't try to seek out. Was able to prove all the naysayers wrong and just having another amazing season.
Here is Durant. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Green. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Rockets leading by 3. Here's Harden on the wing. Doesn't go that time. Curry with some nice D. At the elbow, Green. Stolen by Anderson. Harden outside. He feeds it to Anderson. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Anderson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
This is why the man gets paid. This is something Anderson does very well. You have to love how he measures it.
Durant against Ariza. Outside Gordon. Back to Ariza. And another 3 for Houston.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Number 1, Draymond Green. 3rd is Chris Paul.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Now here's Gordon. Capella dishes to Harden. And here's Gordon from outside. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And now a 12-point Rocket lead.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Thompson outside. Looking to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in. Thompson's got 8 points.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Harden the pass to Capella. They set the screen. It's good from Gordon on the assist from Capella. Gordon's got the lead up to 12 now for Houston.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Curry against Harden. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's just a foul out of frustration. I mean, Curry, as always, frustrating the defense, dictating the pace.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And at the charity stripe a season ago, he didn't miss many, 90% on the year.
Two shots.
Free throw good, Curry.
You know what? It's so funny. It's a lot of discussion as to whether Steph is now the face of the league. You know, something Steph himself says he gets a little annoyed with at times.
And so he hits both.
And once he gets into a groove like that, you can just count him.
Over in the corner, Paul. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. 8 points for Chris Paul.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man, and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
And so it's Houston, 13 points up at the end of the period. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got it going in transition. Why were they able to beat you defensively?
I would think it was so much defensively if it was offensively. You know, we turned the ball over, and you can't defend that. You know, when they get out running, their guards are going to get loose. So we just got to stop turning the ball over offensively, and that'll help our defensive turn.
Yeah, your coach calls them plays of insanity, Draymond, so we'll see if you can adjust that in the second half. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
I think they're giving this game away because of their turnovers. I mean, you may not control everything that happens out there, but you do control how much you value each possession. I think coming out of the break, they need to be more efficient to close the gap in the score.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
A look there at the Golden Gate Bridge, blanketed, shrouded in fog. What a sight. Welcome back to the Bay Area, everyone. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Paul and Harden, the star-studded backcourt. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Ariza in at the 3, the small forward.
I mean, you have to love the awareness of Curry's sick look to find an open teammate.
And the Warriors moved Bogut to clear space last season. Many thought they would have trouble filling that center role. But you know what? Pachulia was signed and was the perfect fit for that team.
Kevin, my man's Zaza. I mean, he's a vet. He knew exactly what his role would be coming into the team. Still has a great skill set. Fantastic passer for a center. And he can keep possessions alive with his offensive rebound.
Rockets leading by 10. Paul gets to Ariza. Back to Paul. Shot from 12. Here's Capella. The putback, and it's put back up and in by Capella.
Oh, man, Capella absolutely destroys the opposition on the offensive glass, using that gigantic body of his to snag down second chance opportunity.
Now here's Green, picked by Pachulia. Green kicks to Thompson. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Ariza.
Several times in All-Star at such a young age, Thompson still improving at every area of his game.
Well, you just watch the way that Klay Thompson shoots, and you're surprised when the ball doesn't go in.
I mean, one thing with Klay, too, in his shot, he believes it's always going to go in. More importantly, so does his teammates. And he's got that shooter's mentality where he just will continue to trust in his mechanics. And I don't think he gets enough credit for just how hard he works to maintain that shot.
And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
In the NBA, everyone needs to work hard to succeed, but there are some players, Chris, who go above and beyond. Who do you think are some of the hardest workers in the league right now?
Wow, well, I'd have to go with a guy like Westbrook. You know his minutes, you know how hard he plays. For me, triple-double. He was underrated in actually doing that last year because of all the effort that it takes, especially with rebounding the way that he did over big fellas. So you have to look at a guy like him. You have to look at a guy like Isaiah Thomas with his size, being undersized, but being able to get into the paint, his toughness of being able to take tough hits, but also not complain, not be a victim, not use his size as a disadvantage, but he uses it as an advantage with his quickness and also the way that we saw in the playoffs, him studying tape of guys that came before him. So to me, those guys come up in my head first when we talk about hardest working guys in the league.
And both free throws good for James Harden. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
Yeah, that's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, D.A. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. Now, Ariza. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Ariza with it, guarded now by Durant. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. Shot clock at 5. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Ariza's got 12.
And the way Ariza uses his length to get to the basket is just sensational, just tirelessly attacking the rim.
Curry dishes to Thompson. Here's the screen. Outside, Green. And again, no good by Golden State.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Paul, and Thompson sends it back.
Oh, he hasn't been much of a shot blocker in his career, but Clay denies that.
And here is Durant. 16 points for him. Outside Curry. He kicks to Pachulia. Shoots over Capella. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Pachulia. Al Paul. 8 points for him. Capella kicks to Ariza. Anderson the screen. And the wide open shot from Paul drains the three-pointer. He's got 11.
This is selfless basketball from Anderson, setting good hard screens to create open opportunities for his teammates.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And when you watch the Warriors, one thing that just jumps out is their passing. Everyone on this team, they allow the ball to dictate where it goes. Just unselfish to a fault.
And the Warriors making a change here. Livingston's checked in. Houston also making some changes. Nene, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. Now here's Green. He has 6. Here's Livingston. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Warriors last year averaging right around 30 assists a game as a team. Greg, just a huge number, and they led the league in that regard by a wide margin.
Yeah, the passing they do is what they purpose as well. And I really feel like they have the highest collective basketball IQ in the game. I mean, they get a lot of free points off backdoor cuts or leak outs, and that's all because of their ball movement and awareness as a group.
Yeah, let's check out some numbers here for James Harden. He's coming off an excellent season. First in assists, second in scoring, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball. No good on the free throw. Well, Chris, NBA players will go around to every arena at least once in a season. Does each arena have its own feel and look? And how does that impact players when they play on the floor? A depth perception from the basket to the last row. They've told me that every building feels different. Is that true?
Yeah, every building does feel different, but because every player is different, you know, it just depends on which guy in which arena. You know, I used to love Portland because it was dark in Portland and it felt warm in there. I don't know why. I mean, I can't really even explain that well, but yeah. I used to love playing in Portland. And I know some guys that have an arena that is bright, or they just love getting there, or maybe they just love that city. So a lot of times, I tell you what arena I really loved, and it was the first time I went to Boston Garden, because I just sat and I stretched on the floor, probably for the longest of any game, because I sat there and I touched the parquet floor and I got to look up at all the banners, and I, you know, kind of reading the banners there and who played there and what year they won, and tried to remember that team. And so in some arenas it's just special because who's performed there, who's been there before you. And so every arena has a different feel.
That's a great answer. And Chris, as we know, the Warriors are expected to move over to a brand new arena in San Francisco in the upcoming years. Actually, ground broke in early 2017.
Well, it's always going to be the Bay Area's team, you know, that's for sure. You know, I've seen the renderings of the new stadium, and they look absolutely amazing. You just hope it keeps the same atmosphere and it allows the same fans to come.
The first one falls.
And you know there's something hypnotic about watching Durant shoot the ball, the calm, the consistency, the precision. This is what he was born to do.
Durant hits them both.
What an advantage for a big man to have, that smooth stroke at the line.
Paul kicks to Nene. There's the dish to Tucker. Paul outside. Tucker with the ball. Now Green defending. Knocked loose. Pachulia with the steal. Green with the ball. 6 points for him. Livingston passes to Pachulia. Green the screen. It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Pachulia.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Now here's Nene, looking for his first basket still in this one. Lets it fly from 18. The Rockets again can't hit. The Warriors have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And Thompson kicks to Pachulia. And the pass to Livingston. Fires the three. Rebound by Nene. Nene's got 4 rebounds now tonight from deep. Harden. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Black's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
First free throw is good.
And now one of the few areas where Draymond has not improved all that much is knocking down the freebies from the charity stripe.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Jaja Pachulia. And Nick Young is subbed in for Kevin Durant. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
Elbow. 2.
And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. 2 great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Loop shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Tucker.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Timeout called the Warriors. Well, you knew that the Rockets were going to be an offensive juggernaut with their roster and Mike D'Antoni at the helm, but seeing it in action is still jaw-dropping at times. I mean, you're amazed. They can put up a lot of points in a hurry.
Yeah, and the team plays at an incredibly high pace, which accounts for some of their big numbers. But they do a good job of finding smart shots and making the most of their possessions. This team can truly be scary when they're clicking.
Now here's Iguodala. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Green. It's stolen. It's stolen by Green. He can't hit that time. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Look, it hasn't happened yet, but he's got time to find his rhythm. And if he does, they can turn this thing around quick.
That's a 2 from Paul. That's short off the rim. Warriors trail by 11. Dishes it to Livingston. Down low. Paul outside. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
Now here's Livingston. Defense is right there. Iguodala against Nene. 6 to shoot. Iguodala dishes to Thompson. There's Green with the 3. Again, the miss by Green.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
And it's sad because the team relies on him to be a threat offensively. When he's rolling, that makes them a much more dynamic offense.
Here's Black. Back to Paul. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Paul's got 5 points in the quarter. The Warriors have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Iguodala with it, picked up by Nene. Livingston passes to Young. Iguodala kicks to Green. Back to Iguodala. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Tries to snap the cold streak. Hits the front of the rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Three-pointer. No good that time. So Golden State will take it the other way. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Now, here's Green. 7 points in the game. Iguodala dishes to Young. They set the pick. Shot's good by Iguodala.
Oh, and if anybody deserves a ring, Iguodala was right there at the top. A guy who gives 100% every night.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, you know, some people say Andre Iguodala is on the decline as an offensive option, but his impact on the floor is still clear as day. He keeps the ball moving with his great spacing. He keeps that tempo and that pace, and he's still a strong finisher because he only takes high percentage shots that he's comfortable with.
McCaw, he's checked in for Golden State. And a change for the Rockets. And Mbah-a-Moute's checked in for Tariq Black. The offensive rebound. Paul for 3. Traps in the tray. Paul's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And one of the stories of the second half has been all of those second chance points. I mean, they have been terrific on the offensive backboard.
And with Iguodala, he isn't going to be a double-digit scorer again, it seems, the former All-Star. But you know what, Chris? He is still incredibly valuable, so productive just with his floor presence.
Iguodala is a perfect example, Kevin, of a guy who can change the game without even putting up a lot of stats. The defense that he brings to the table, that isn't slowing down either.
Now here's Gordon. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. Tries again. A shot by Nene. No good.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Now here's Livingston, defended by Paul. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Houston.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Houston making some changes. Anderson comes in for Nene. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for P.J. Tucker. 2 minutes. 1:57 left here in the third quarter. The feed now to Mbah-a-Moute. It's Ariza on the wing. Anderson the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Ariza with it. And it's Iguodala picking him up. And he makes that one.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Warriors trail by 18. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Livingston. And it's off from 3-point range. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 13-3 run. And the basket by Gordon.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Here is Livingston. He has 5. Pass to McCaw. Green in the post. Working on Anderson. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Pass to McCaw. Clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. McCaw has got 6.
Oh, and with the fast eyes, Iguodala finding the open man.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
This Warriors squad struggling. Mba Amute with the steal. They push it up 4-on-3. Ariza with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Scooped up. Here's Paul. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Livingston kicks to Iguodala. Feeds it to Livingston. Over Paul. Livingston, no luck.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's Houston in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And a moment ago inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Move it to the next guy. Drive and kick. Let it come out in the wash, all right?
And Steve Kerr asking his guys to simply run their offense, share the basketball.
Yeah, and don't just settle for tossing it around the horn. Attack the defense. Play inside out when you can.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. Curry and McCaw are the 1 and the 2. Iguodala is at the 3, with Green playing the 4. And it's West in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Warriors' 5. The Warriors shooting around 41% on the night. Green kicks to Curry. And something we see now in the modern NBA, Chris, is that players will try and recruit other players in free agency, sometimes almost leading up to free agency. How often do you think that happens now, and how is that, say, different from when you played?
It's a lot different from when I played. I think guys wanted to play together, but we did not recruit or try to play together with each other because of the way that the rules were in collective bargaining and because of the way the game was at that time. At that time, even if you had a friend that was your very close friend off the court, you wanted to beat him for bragging rights on the court. Back then, it was more of, can my team beat your team? Not can we play together. I tell you what, with friends that I had in the league at that time, that would have been pretty cool to play with some of my friends that I think were great players. But I just think it's just been a line in the sand. It's just changed. I think a lot of it's changed because we're playing basketball at younger ages. Guys are playing and traveling the country and know each other from ages 10, 11, and 12. So they have honest, genuine friendships and really want to play together. And so I don't really think it's a problem. But it's interesting watching these super teams and how all of this is developing. It definitely didn't happen in my day, and I'm just now, I won't say getting used to it, but I'm just now recognizing it. Man, it's okay to play with your friends, I guess.
And here is Iguodala following the 3 from Chris Paul. And Curry has it in the corner. Paul with the steal. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And you look at the level of talent in the NBA now, some great players. But we've heard others say the league is watered down. How do you view that statement?
Well, I don't think you can compare eras. I think it's great to argue and have fun with them and debate them, but, you know, very sincerely, unless someone can play against each other, it's just a wasted argument. There's different eras, there's different rules. Think about how many threes Larry Bird shot per game. 1.5, 2. What if he could let it fly 10 times a game? We'd be talking about a different player there. So I think times, eras, the physical play of the 80s, of the 90s, I just know that players will handle it differently. Hand checking, the way that we call flagrant 1 fouls. It's a different league, and so I just choose to celebrate the players that we have now. They're the evolution in my mind. They're kind of the culmination of all the players that have come before them. So I just enjoy the game the way it is now.
Pachulia, he's checked in for the Warriors. Caspi comes in for Andre Iguodala. The Rockets also changing it up. Onuaku's checked in, and it's Williams in for Trevor Ariza. Black's checked in for Houston. Golden State's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Paul against Curry. He dishes it to Pachulia. Kicks to Casper. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's McCaw. And the Warriors miss again.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Harden left side. That's tipped. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Curry kicks to Durant. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 4th assist in this one.
And when Durant is looking to score off the catch like that, there isn't a lot you can do as a defender.
Here's Harden, and counted, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
And last season, Harden just put up some incredible numbers all across the board. His assists were league-leading, which nobody saw coming. He didn't have a big drop in his own scoring, even as he was creating so much more for others.
Draymond Green, he's checked in for Golden State. Klay Thompson comes in for Patrick McCaw.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And with Harden, as you said, Chris, nobody saw his assist totals coming except maybe his coach, Mike D'Antoni, one of the Coach of the Year candidates, certainly all season long with what he did in that 55-win Rockets season. When Harden heard what his coach expected, Chris, he laughed it off.
Yeah, and part of it was this system, but Harden he found his groove. I mean, you think about just the seasons he's had. He's just played incredible, and he's going to have to bring those turnover numbers down. Not used to playing with the ball and not used to being in that position that much. Expect the turnover numbers to come down this season.
Jones checked in for Golden State. And a switch here also for Houston. He's checked in for Nene. Pachulia. And the Warriors miss again. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Harden against Thompson. Harden kicks it to Tucker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Golden State's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Durant. No good there. The Rockets go the other way with it. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. Stolen by Durant. Chris, if you were on the rules committee, what rule change would you like to see the NBA make going forward?
Kevin, there's not a rule I'd necessarily have changed, but I'd ask them to kind of reinterpret a couple of rules, and that goes with the flagrant foul. I often see so many plays that are just hard fouls called as flagrant fouls, and that can affect not only a player and later on whether it's a flagrant 2, but it can affect the game. It can affect the next game by how it's interpreted by a player being kicked out because of that. And so I just want to take the sensitivity or put the toughness back into that. So many flagrant fouls are called and they're not going at the head or they're chopping down on the wrist. And I just like to see it get back to be interpreted as it was a little while ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago.
Here's Curry with the 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
Wow, that's his 4th 3 of the game, 2 in each half. He has just owned that line.
Capella with a screen on Curry. Paul passes to Capella. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 8 points for Clint Capella.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
The screen from Thompson. Curry dishes to Durant. This one for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Durant's got 24 points.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let him have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
Now here's Harden. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Jones. Outside Durant. He feeds it to Curry. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing, and you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way, if anything, shorten. And I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos, I think would just make the game last long.
That free throw missing. The Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. And he sinks the second. Golden State's gone over and over to the three-point shot in the fourth quarter. 4 of 9. Curry kicks to Pachulia. Thompson outside. Picked by Pachulia. Here's Durant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Durant's got 26.
Now, he's doing what he can do to dig them out of this hole, but I think he's going to have to turn it up even more.
To the right side. Going back to your playing days, Chris, you were drafted by the Magic but traded on draft day to the Golden State Warriors. If you had suited up for the Magic alongside Shaquille O'Neal, that would have been something.
Oh, yeah. I would have tried to, I think I would have been the first Westbrook. That was my goal. If I was playing with Big Shaq, just do your job, and I would have averaged a triple-double easily. I would have averaged a triple-double. When you look at Dennis Scott, that would have been on the corner, Big Shaq up top, and that pick and roll right there, you're going to have to guard me or him, and I didn't mind throwing it up to a big fella. I love seeing people dunk from alley-oop, so that would have been fun. I would have tried to have Shaq break a backboard every single night. But, hey, can't go back in time, man.
And Anderson kicks to Harden. Over in the corner, Paul. His three-pointer's off the mark. Warriors shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Ariza against Durant. Back to Curry from past the arc. Again, Curry missing.
I'm sure the D has no issue whatsoever with him taking those threes, but he isn't hitting anything from out there.
And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, and it only takes a few shots for Paul to get going. The D has got to be worried.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pachulia with the screen on Paul. Now here's Curry. He kicks to Pachulia. 4 on the clock. Shoots. Curry gets the bucket. Curry's got 8 here in the quarter. Rockets leading by 22. Time now for an injury report. Let's check in with David Aldridge for an injury update on Nene. David.
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Rockets' head athletic trainer. At this point, he's saying that it looks like a grade 1 sprained ankle. That is a bitter pill for them to swallow so early in the season. It clearly changes the look of this team going forward, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks for checking in and letting us know how he's doing.
And let's just hope that he doesn't have any setbacks during his recovery.
Fingers crossed, and hopefully it's nothing but good news from now on when David gives us updates on it.
Now, here's Green. Harden missing his last shot. Thompson passes to Durant. The screen from Thompson. Shot off the pick. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. For Houston, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Paul kicks to Harden. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Oh, Harden really gets going down inside. I mean, he isn't afraid of anyone, not even the big guys roaming nearby.
Durant in the corner. Well, a few seasons ago, the NBA introduced the last 2-minute report, where they release a review of all the calls in the final 2 minutes of the game. It was certainly had some mixed reaction. Chris, how do you feel about the public review that a refereeing crew now faces with the report?
Well, I think pressure should be on referees just like it is on players. I think everyone gets their job evaluated, and it's no different from anyone else. I don't know what it does, though, what a report does by telling you what happened in the last 2 minutes and that this referee missed the call. So I don't know what it does, but I don't mind it because everyone needs to be held accountable, and transparency is always good.
Very well said. The three from Harden. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Rockets.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Chris Paul.
Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. David West, he's checked in for Draymond Green. Young comes in for Kevin Durant. McCaw, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
West dishes to Young. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Pachulia into the lane. And Pachulia with the dunk.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And here's Gordon. So we see Houston taking the W here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. It was just our defense. Obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.